Non-binaries do exist. They are real. And here's one right here, and she's beautiful. And people apparently really liked it because I got 41K likes, whereas she only got 14K on this one. So a little, almost 3 times as many likes. So if you're involved in or follow politics to any kind of extent online, or especially on Twitter, you are probably at least aware of a person known as Libs of TikTok. Chaya Raichik is her given name. She goes by Libs of TikTok on Twitter. She did go by Libs of TikTok on TikTok until she was banned from TikTok in March of 2022 for harassment. I believe it was harassment. And then on Instagram, she was recently banned as well. However, Twitter refuses to ban her. And we'll see why she was banned in just a second, like what she does to warrant a ban. But Twitter actually has a do not ban label on her account, which is nuts. Completely nuts. And now that Elon Musk owns Twitter, she's definitely not ever going to get banned, ever. Twitter's falling apart at the seams. Advertisers fleeing as a result of their ads literally being posted within and next to Nazi posts. They don't like that associated with their image. So let's take a look real quick just to get an idea of what Libs of TikTok's all about, just in case you don't. This is one of their videos that they posted. Ladies, does this ever happen to you? It's tough to be a woman.
Please, don't you hate it when your balls are sticking out of your panties just a little bit? And it doesn't hurt that bad right now, but you know if you just keep going the way it is, it's gonna start chafing and just hurting worse. Why did God do this to women? Please.
True. So yeah, just basically just posting this, right? Nothing wrong with that, except let's go to the comments and see what's going on here. It's not that complicated. Dr. Seuss, if you were born with a dick, you were not a chick. That's pretty good. That's good enough for my grandma's Facebook wall, to be honest. Mental illness in the trans flag. You're a man as a pregnancy test. So yeah, as you can see, a very loving and welcoming crowd. I've seen this video several times. I forget what it is.
And my question to you is, what specifically about medically transitioning do you think is so immoral?
If you are struggling to accept who you were born as, what your actual biological identity is, I have all the compassion in the world for that. I mean, I can't imagine having that disconnect in my head. It has to be a source of immense despair. But what I hate is the medical professionals who, instead of helping you with that, instead of helping.
What is this? Do they think Matt Walsh is hot? Like, I'm sorry, he's not. Like, look at this hairline, man. I know I have no room to talk, but it literally looks like his hair is trying to escape his head. Which, I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can see why his hair would want to not be there.
You to accept who you really are and find joy and fulfillment in it. They're trying to make a quick buck, and they're selling you false promises, and they're telling you that this stuff is based on long-term studies.
Yeah, grip that podium. Look at how hard he grips the podium, man. It's such a weak move.
To you because it's
learn
not.
Body language.
There have never been any reliable long-term studies on almost all of this stuff, because the fact is the medical industry only started doing this at such a large scale recently, so they couldn't have the data. They're pretending that they do. They're lying. And that's what I hate. That's the immorality.
That's not true, by the way. Like, he's just talking out of his ass right here to try to sound empathetic, and he's not empathetic at all. He's called trans people some horrible shit before. He does not give one shit about trans people at all. These people think Trump is hot. That is true. But at least Trump's charismatic, though. Like, I can see how he could rizz up like some old ladies who watch Fox News. You know what I mean? Like, he's got charisma. Matt Walsh simply does not. He is so boring. But anyway, this segment is not about Matt Walsh. So you got the point. She posts things like this, and then people comment their ridicule. It's very gross. And she knows what she's doing. She says, well, I just post what they post on TikTok. But if I have an account called, let's say I have an account called people who like the color blue, right? And it's all about people who hate, like, it's all catered toward people who hate the color blue. Like, I call the color blue, or liking it, a defect, like a birth defect, a mental illness that you should not be allowed to do or to preach to others, is liking the color blue. And my account is called people who like the color blue, and that's my messaging. And then all I do with my account is post about people who talk about how much they love the color blue, or people wearing blue shirts, or, just anything like that, right? That's what I post, and I don't put any comments on it, right? I just put that out there. Well, now what I'm doing is I've cultivated an audience of a bunch of people who hate the color blue and people who like the color blue, right? They hate those people. And now I am showcasing a bunch of people who hate the color, a bunch of people who like the color blue in front of all these people who hate it. So what do you think is going to happen to those people and their accounts and their media? They're going to be swarmed if I have cultivated a large enough audience like Libs of TikTok has, right? And all these people are transphobes, as you can see. You know, none of them particularly like trans people. Okay, so she knows exactly what she's doing, and she denies it every step of the way. Anyway, the reason we're talking about Chaya today is because I recently ratioed her, which is pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Okay, so Chaya posted this a little over a day ago. Your daily reminder that non-binary isn't real. And it is real. I mean, I decided that I was going to tell Chaya in my own way that it is real and prove it to her by showing her my non-binary partner, my fiance, if you will. Pictured left, me and my non-binary fiance. Pictured right, Chaya Raichik, who is, in fact, still single. Very interesting. I think that something went down with somebody that she was going to marry. I don't know if they left the altar on her or what, but yeah, just kind of an L, you know. I just wanted to show everybody that indeed non-binaries do exist. They are real, and here's one right here, and she's beautiful. And people apparently really liked it because I got 41K likes, whereas she only got 14K on this one. So a little, you know, almost 3 times as many likes. Plenty of comments on both sides. I'd rather be single than marrying a non-binary. Yeah, okay. Hey, I just pointed out factual information, okay? Like, people are getting so upset at me, and all I did was point out facts. I don't understand the problem. I don't get it. Like, have I said anything that's incorrect here? I don't see it. Relationship monged, yeah. Be careful browsing Twitter on stream. You never know what could come up. I appreciate your input, and I'm aware, and I still do not take proper precautions. You are correct. I should be more careful. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it was cool. You know, I just wanted to show everybody that, you know, you can indeed be non-binary and, you know, not just be a beautiful person, which is not important, you know, aesthetically, how beautiful you are, but you can also be a beautiful person inside and find true love, find somebody who loves you for who you are, and even get married to them and perhaps have kids with them, like me and Katie mean to do. I don't like it when people like Chaya Raichik try to say that non-binary people don't exist because, you know, that's my partner you're talking about, man. It's not cool. I can tell you for a fact she exists. The only thing that doesn't seem to exist is your partner, right? So maybe think about that for a minute. Anyway, non-binaries are valid. Any gender identity that you have taken on and you feel is correct for you is valid. I'm a gender abolitionist, so I just think that gender is pointless, but in the meantime, it's not going to be abolished tomorrow, so in the meantime, just whatever gender works for you in this moment of genderness in our society is fine. I don't see a problem with it. You know, there are a lot of comments trying to tell me that, like, she's not actually non-binary, she's mentally ill, she's conceited, narcissistic, whatever. Katie doesn't even really talk about her gender identity, like, at all. Like, it barely comes up. And when it does, like, one time she said that she wants to be called handsome, and that's like, okay, sure, I'll call you handsome sometimes, and I do. Sometimes she dresses a little bit more masculine than some other days, you know, and that's about the extent of it. And that's what she considers a non-binary gender identity. I literally had to go and ask her just now, like, do you consider yourself a demigirl? And she was like, I don't know, like, maybe. And she was just like, I just prefer the term non-binary. So she just doesn't want to fall into any kind of gendered category. And I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And all these people trying to convince me that, like, I'm feeding her mental illness or that, like, I'm going to be miserable. Like, I mean, anybody who's been here long enough has seen Katie. You know, she's a very sweet person. And I very much love living with her. And I'm going to love living the rest of my life with her. Yeah, I mean, and she'll continue to be non-binary, perhaps in perpetuity. Maybe one day she'll change her mind, but until then, she's non-binary, and that's fine. So if you're non-binary out there, you're valid. You can find love. You're beautiful in your own ways, etc. And Chaya Raichik is just, she seems a little jealous to me. Don't worry, Chaya. You'll find that special somebody someday. Maybe cool it with the transphobia and open up your mind a little bit. And then maybe it'll work for you. Who knows? Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.